Welcome to the 2016 Post PWEC Deep Dive. Woo woo! Welcome! Mr. O.D. Harris was very modest, but O.D. Harris Media is powering and sponsoring our media platform for the Phenomenal Woman Empowerment Conference. So thank you, O.D. Harris. We are so appreciative of what you're doing and your platform. It is absolutely amazing. And so, side tip commercial, if you got an event coming up, you want O.D. Harris Media marketing your event. So contact O.D. Harris Media. Woo-hoo, okay?
O.D. Harris Media.
Let's do this. We are getting ready to get into our deep dive. Don't forget to stay in touch with us for our 2017 conference. I'm giving you the sneak preview because our theme is all I do is win.
All right.
That's what we're going to talk about in 2017. So you want to get registered and you want to be in the house, okay? Yeah. Ladies in the audience, so I'm just going to ask y'all to make some noise. Yeah. That's what we're going to talk about in 2017. So you want to get registered and you want to be in the house, okay? All right, let's go into our first segment. Our first segment, we are talking about the state of marriage. And so here's a question that I wanted to kick off with. I've had some elder women in my life, and when I was younger and a little hard-headed, they would tell me, when you enter into a relationship, you must ensure that that man has a plan for you. If he does not have a plan for you, that is not the man for you. And I didn't understand that in my youth. And so I ran behind these men trying to find my one, and they didn't have a plan for me. So I would like to talk to you men and hear your perspective, because that came from a woman. But from a man's perspective, is it true that when you meet that one, your good thing, the woman that lights up your eyes and gives you the goosebumps, when you find her, do you have a plan for her, and is that a valid way or thermometer for single women to use as they begin to meet? So let's start with Dr. Joseph, and then we will go to O.D. Harris on that.
Well, let me start off by saying this. I've been married 18 years. I've married literally my high school sweetheart. I've been knowing her since we were in the 9th grade. Now, there is truth, and then there's room to build on.
Okay.
The wisdom of the way that she gave you was that the man should have a plan. I'm going to stop there.
Okay.
I believe the man should have a plan, not necessarily a plan for you. Now, when you all get together, you begin to start a relationship and you learn of each other, then that plan begins to coagulate. But starting off, when I met my wife, the first thing I told her was, I'm not looking to get a relationship. I just need a friend. I'm not talking about a booty call or any of that. I said I need a friend. Why? Because I need to know who I'm dealing with. Too many people are rushing into relationships and they don't have a clue as to who they're dealing with. So when I met my wife in high school, did I have a plan? Absolutely. Did I know exactly what I was going to do the rest of my life? Not at all, but I did have a plan. Did I have a plan for her? Yes and no. I had a plan to get to know her, to understand her. And then as we became good friends, then best friends, then our plan began to coagulate. So I'm going to stop there and then shift over. Hopefully I answered your question. If not, we'll bring it back on the right.
You did good. O.D., let's go to our single male panelist.
Okay. I do believe that a man first should identify what he needs to do and what he wants. And I think a better way to underline to that question, as I would interpret it, I think she would be asking a question, should a man have a plan for a woman? Yeah, when he decides to take her on as his woman, there should be a plan. But I think that a man should make up his mind what he really wants. if she's a part of the plan, or if this is who she really wants to, if this is who he wants to pursue, then yeah, I think he needs to work on that correlation of plan. Now, the way you get to the finish line may be different. Like me, I'm a very private person. I don't want nobody knowing about my relationship that I'm in, because I'm trying to spend time with this person, get to know who they are, so I can develop a plan. When I'm open, when I'm in the public, then they know, okay, that's his number one, there's nobody else. But sometimes you gotta know in your heart who, you gotta make up in your mind what you want, and then you bring her in as the addition to what you want.
That's good. Sean, thoughts?
Yes, that's good. I think so. I think it's important, like what OD was saying, I think it's important for you as a man to know who you are first, and to have goals and dreams and aspirations, and then bringing her on, because she should be doing her own thing already, especially in today's age where, women have just as many degrees as men, and they own car and own house, so she's doing her own thing already. So, and even that can be a struggle within itself, because she might already have things going on in her world where she's like, this is my career path. So I think that's the important part, is to figure out, is this who I want to be? Do our dreams go together? Do they go hand in hand? Because if not, she can be doing her own thing, he can be doing her own thing, and she might be independent enough to say, you know what, I'm okay. I don't need to.
I was gonna say too, I think a woman wants a man to lead her. I don't think a woman, like all the women that's out there who's raising households, that's having families and raising their children, I think they really want a man that can come in and lead them. There's a lot of A1 personality women I meet, but I think she wants a man that can come in and say, you're gonna lead, and then he leads by example, and he's truthful and he's honest. So when you talk about a woman wanting a man, yeah, she wants a man with a plan. She wants to follow that man. And I think that when a man naturally steps up to the place, the woman automatically just falls in line. Because if I'm depositing into her, if I'm giving it to her, and if I'm making sure that I'm showing her I want you, I desire you, and I'm doing these things, then guess what? At the end of the day, it will end up happening, and she will be okay with that.
See, now you know why this was so great.
More to come from the PWEN men's panel.
Harris Media.